What kind of loser mentality is that? Why grind through a dead market when you could retire and enjoy your life? Who says I don't enjoy my life? What type of loser mentality is that? I'm 34. What am I supposed to do rest of my life? Of course I'll keep doing what I'm great at and what I enjoy. Exactly, the joy is in the journey. It's like asking some, great musician, hey, why don't you retire when it just reached, success? That's like the dumbest thing ever. But somehow I get that question like quite often. Yeah, I think most people who are not successful at trading, they hate trading, so all they are thinking about is to make enough money so they don't have to trade. That's the problem. Most traders are not where they want to be. Very few traders are where they want to be. So they kind of project their own situation on others. For me, at this point, it's not even a job, it's a hobby. I feel I have total control. I have very low expectations. And I can afford to have low expectations because I have a lot of money. I don't need to make money every day, every month. I feel no pressure. I just try to be the best trader I can be. I just go with the flow, right? Yesterday I cut a bunch of stuff that didn't act correctly. No hard feelings. I keep the stuff that's acting well. And that's how you make money, listen to the market, go with the flow, don't force anything. And I don't trade a lot of hours. I only trade a few hours per day. I do other stuff most of the time. It's not like I'm sitting here 8 hours and trading, no. No one would ever ask that question, or to an athlete or a musician or an artist or whatever, right? But somehow, I as a trader get that question all the time. It's like, just because you hate trading doesn't mean I do. And yes, it can be frustrating and all, but every profession has their ebbs and flows. That's how you build character. You can clearly see, these indices are building lower highs now on the 60-minute. I don't like that, you don't want to see that. You want to see higher lows. Everything commodity related is kind of grinding. The one trade I'm looking at is this, lithium's down, interesting. The copper trade, COPX and FCX. These things are in long basis. FCX has been going sideways for a year. Yeah, John Deere breaking out. Sharpest stock ever. Looks great on the weekly and monthly. Cemex. Yeah. Oh man, this looks like a horrible. This stock looks like a trading nightmare. Jesus Christ, it's choppy. I'm not gonna touch that one. DVAC weird close yesterday. Now let's see. What's so weird about it? It built a candle and then it closed for the day. What's so weird about it? Yeah, a lot of the cybersecurity and network security names are looking interesting. Yeah, exactly. FDNT, PanW. Yeah, these are network security, I think. Yeah. They delayed their launch at the end of the day to March. I thought the event was end of February. Oh well. We'll see if we can pick up at the 10-20 day moving average, otherwise I'll get out. It's a free trade no matter how you look at it. This is the kind of barometer for speculation money in the markets right now. And we've seen more speculative names making moves the past few days, but it's not a good sign if this one fails. So it's thin, man. But yeah, it could be, it's striking out a long range here, it's a commodity. Yeah, commodities are strong. PTU, P, March. Yeah. Too bad this coal ETF doesn't exist anymore. NRC. No, it's a horrible setup. What do you see here? Where's the setup here? Where's the setup? You should follow the instruction on the screen. There's nothing here. This is a random candle on a random stock. And randomness will get you killed in the markets. Horrible. There's no setup there. HCC, high quality setup? No, it's not. If you're looking for a coal name, I think, what was it? Sales? Yeah, this one. It's breaking out of a range on earnings. That could be, if you really want to trade a coal stock. The others look a little bit random. Guys, if you don't have a setup, you have nothing. If you don't have a setup and you have money in your brokerage account, you will soon have no money in your brokerage account. I don't even know. DDS. Wow, yeah, this one is tight. It's holding up. Interesting. This one is actually pretty interesting. Very thin. I wouldn't touch it, but yeah, this. Well, NIO, I think this thing is worth, but LI and XBEV, especially LI, is kind of getting back to this 30 area where it's actually, you know, kind of breaking the range. I mean, it's holding up really, really well. Like, I mean, you know, considering what's going on, like China is a brutal bear market. The tech ETF, the Chinese tech ETF is down 65% in a year, right? And this LI is holding up. Like, if you can EP on earnings, they have earnings in like 2 weeks. Like, you know, EP over this range, that would be very interesting. Oh, these oil ETFs, I'm probably gonna get stopped out. At least the weakest ones, XOP and Gush. What's ERX doing? Man, this is the one I should still be in. 50% since I bought it. And how much is it up since I sold it? 15%, okay. Good to know. Good to know the next time that I just follow the sell rules and not overthink. LVS, yeah, it had this EP like a month ago. It's been a grinder, very choppy. What's Win? Win is not as strong. MGM, no, MGM is maybe not the same sector. I don't know. Like, guys, like the thing in trading, you gotta find things that are not random. Like, people trade, a lot of people trade these super random stocks, super random setups. You gotta find the things that are really, you know, special. That's how you make the money. Like, I see too many marginal setups. And it's hard. It takes many years to, you know, be able to identify the ones that are, you know, special versus the ones that are random. But, you know, a general rule is find stocks that are in some type of uptrend, right? I mean, like, okay, yeah, this thing is in a flag, but these are very low odd setups, at least from my experience. Unless you have something that's super beaten down, and there's a lot of room between the moving averages, but this one doesn't have a lot of room between the moving averages. Like, I'm talking about maybe something like Futu, right? This thing has a 30% move just to get to the next moving average. At 65% to get to the next one after, right? Like, if you want these bottom fishing setups. How much did leverage/margin play a part in your run to 100 million? A lot. Xela. Yeah, if it can go sideways a bit more, could be a setup there. Could very easily go for that mid-1 area. Interesting that the dollar and the 10-year is up and stocks aren't really dropping yet. I think you're overthinking things. You're focusing on the wrong things. Sorry, but you are. Like, guys, the main thing in trading, the main thing in financial markets is rewiring your brain to ignore pretty much everything other than what's actually going on in front of you. And most people find it so difficult. That's why the financial markets are full of very smart people with mediocre results. Because it's the hardest thing to do. Yeah, setups over macro data. A lot of people don't seem to realize, even though, you know, you have these macro correlations, it can take months for them to play out. And most of them never do. So why are you sitting there looking at the macro where you could have made a lot of money meanwhile, focusing on what's really going on in reality, you know? That's the problem I see so many people do, man. And they're sitting there with mediocre results. I'm not saying, oh, live in a cave and just look at charts. I'm just saying, don't put too much focus in these things. The main thing you should focus on what's going on. Now, what's the market telling you? Like, are there setups? What setups are there? Does it look like many sectors are topping out? Does it look like many sectors want to break out? Like, what's going on? That's what matters. If you want to make money, that should be your focus. If you don't want to make money, you should leave my community. I don't want you here. I only want people who are laser focused on making money. Because, you know, guys, let's face it, us traders, we're useless pieces of shit. We don't contribute anything to society. The only thing we contribute is a tax bill, okay? So we better make most of it. We better maximize our tax bill. Anyone who doesn't agree with me is, I'm right or you're wrong. In denial, exactly. That's the that's the word. I'll move my stop to above break even on this NRGU also. I don't want to take any losses. Like everything, all the long swings I had, I either got stopped out for a small profit or for a small loss. Because it's very, like in these markets, very easy to get chopped up as a swing trader. But you gotta take these bets because you never know, like when the market bottoms. Because one thing that's, you know, happened a lot over the past, 12 years are these V-shaped recoveries, right? So you gotta take risk. So Peloton hit the 50-day, now what? Can it get above it? Or will it get rejected? But if it can reclaim the 50-day, it has a 62% move down to the, or up to the 100-day. What's my reason for not using the 5 moving average? It's the same reason I don't use the 6 moving average or the 4 moving average. Or the 35, or the 121. The 88, no, yeah, the same reason I don't use the 88 also. And what's the reason for that? You don't need to use every single moving average. 69, you know what? I like the number 69. Maybe I should change the exponential moving average 65 to 69. I'm gonna do it. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna use it. I like the number, okay? I'm gonna fucking, 69. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't make a difference. 69. It's a really clean number. And it's kind of like, no matter how you look at it, like if you look at it upside down, it's still 69, right? It's kind of a cool number. I like it. That's a great idea. It's also to prove a point. It doesn't matter what fucking moving average you're using. The point is, use some shorter moving average, then a midterm, then a little bit of a longer term, right? That's the point. Doesn't matter if you use the 10 or 15 or 7. It doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't matter if you use the 50 or the 60, right? The point is have a shorter term, have a little bit of a longer term, and then you have another little bit longer term. Oh man, I'm really I'm really excited. Like I really want the other leg down. Another leg down. Oh man. Can we get another 10-15% the next washout in the major indices? That would be like the dream scenario. That would be like a dream come true. It really would be. So back to patience. The rally failed, or kind of looks like it's failing pretty hard, which was kind of expected, but I was still hoping it would, the Qs would at least go to like, I don't know, 375 or something, 380. That would have been nice. Especially for my TQQ position, which I had a big position a couple of weeks ago. Or last week maybe, I don't remember. What would you suggest developing sit-out power? Get a hobby. Get a life outside of trading. Or spend the time studying market structures, studying setups, what setups work. That's what you could do instead of clicking buttons. Much more productive. So Facebook is again just undercutting the 50 monthly. Like it, the past 2 previous times, that was the start of a big rally. If you had patience for it, to hold it. Man, too bad I don't have my options account set up. I would buy like, leaps or something on it. I'm a popular instant noodle brand in Malaysia. Okay, cool. Instant noodles. That's some nutrition right there. What someone said, like, I think it was last week, that I look like a poor Jeff Bezos, or a poorer Jeff Bezos. I gotta do. Less rich, yes, let's put it that way. Yeah, my boat is way smaller, man. Oh, you use the thumb method on your girl? No, you gotta use it on yourself, guys. Guys, don't use the thumb method on someone else. Pro tip. Don't do it. Don't do it. It doesn't work. I've tried. It's not transferable, yeah. I can't day trade. I can't day trade. I can't. There are no, you know, with my size, I just can't move the needle. I already have lunch money. I don't need lunch money. I'm looking for the big opportunities. Like if you have a small account, you know, I think like I don't propose anyone should day trade, but I think short-term swing trading is the best for beginner traders, because you can still generate a lot of trades and still have a better risk reward than day traders have. Like these short 3 to 5 day type of opportunities swing trading generates. Exactly what StockP calls momentum burst. And you know, aggressively trade that, generate a lot of trades. You know, no one, you know, unless you have an account that's, you know, 10 million plus, no one should be trading like I do. You should be trading the way I have, you know, gone through in my swing trading school, which everyone, you know, should have seen by now. LAC with higher lows. Yeah, I kind of found support on rising 150. Thoughts on Bill? Yeah, it had had this EP, big volume. I passed on it because, you know, it had all of these declining moving averages. In my, you know, when you start studying the EPs and stuff, you know, these type of EPs don't be great. No, you know, the good EPs are the ones that kind of don't have the declining moving averages. Like if the EP would have been great, it would have gapped up over this area. You know, instead of the 16% gap up, it would have had a, you know, 50% gap up. FCX looks great. This thing wants to go higher. It just needs the market pressure to be taken. You know, it tried to break out like a month ago. You know, I was in it, if you remember. And then I got stopped out for like break even. And then it went a bit lower, and now it's just coming back, built another higher low. You know, it tanked with the market. I already bought some Copex starter size. I want to. I think the, you know, the whole copper complex is setting up. Yeah, steel maze, but I don't see any setups on them. They've already grinding up for a few weeks and, you know, running up into the declining moving averages. NUE is the only one, but it's also kind of, you know, there's nothing here. It needs to set up a bit more, I think. You interviewed at Citadel yesterday. Glad to announce it didn't go well, and I likely won't be working for Kenny Boy. No, man, imagine having an insider at Citadel. Holy fuck, man. We lost our inside man. God damn, we could have a mole inside. We need to get someone inside there. Yeah, I mean, Citadel probably has like 50 moles in here. All I'm asking is to have 1 or 2 inside mans at Citadel. You know, just keep track of what Kenny Boy is doing. Nothing special. You know, the usual stuff. Looks like we are at the start of a commodity bull run. Let's see. DBC. Are we a start of a commodity bull run? I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not saying if the start or the end or the middle, or actually, you know, the conclusion you can draw from here, it's definitely not the start of a commodity bull run, since commodities have kind of outperformed for like a year. The rest, I let you guys draw your own conclusions. Man, CFVI, I had it on like I've been watching it for like past 3-4 sessions. Yesterday was the day and I didn't buy it. Oh well. Wasn't CFVI a bit different kind of a setup? What the hell are you talking about? It's a classic EP. What the hell are you talking about? It's my bread and butter. One of my bread and butter setups. Alright guys, I'm gonna cut the stream now. Things are getting slow.